Point number 2 was controlling Kalonzo Musyoka. This is a long story, and I think I need to write a book about this. In 2007, talking about the person of Kalonzo Musyoka, 2007 was my first attempt to get into politics as an elected member of parliament. I stood in Kangundo constituency, and I used at that time, not Wiper, but ODM Kenya. ODM Kenya. When we got into the elections, Kalonzo was a presidential candidate. And if anything to do, my contribution in his campaign was over 70% in terms of everything. Even I had to pay single-handedly person the agents who represented Kalonzo in polling stations. And when I realized that he is going to lose, using my whole relationship with the president, that partner by then, President Mwai Kibaki, I told him, you are going to lose. So the best thing is let me use my connections with the President Kibaki now to negotiate with him so that after the elections are over and the results are out, we can find a way of working together. You know, God who created me being my witness, Kalonzo told me, go, and if anybody gets to know this, remember one thing, I've never seen you and talked to you. I went, I informed President Kibaki what I'm seeing and the way things could be at the end of the day. And Mzee Kibaki told me that is the way to endelea namna hiyo, tuanze kukaribiana. And then we started. Kalonzo can testify as a high witness the way I brought Joe Hamisi, Lucas Maitha, Professor Kaloki, and late Kasanga Mulwa into the negotiating table. And within 2 weeks, we had worked a formula that we are going to apply. So when the results were announced and the Kibaki came up with less numbers, there was no time wasting. That you saw that coalition of working together was worked out in a very short time. And then we sat down now, Kimunya, John Meshuki, Mheshimiwa Musila and myself, and signed an agreement, four of us, to form a coalition. That deal was done. So if Muthama was not there to direct Kalonzo where to go, the man would have been just including ourselves in the opposition with very small number of MPs comparing to Kibaki and Raila Amolo Odinga. I'm surprised he doesn't appreciate that. And if that is what he calls selling person, I leave it to Kenyans to determine and decide between me and Kalonzo Musyoka who has been selling and misusing the other person. He became the vice president. I was just a government chief whip. And I started by being government chief whip by being deputy chief whip. And then I went, after though lost the election, I became the chief whip of the government. But he remained the president of Kenya. So 2013, I worked for him because he could not become anything alone. Anything alone. He could not become. And I don't want to say here what happened between himself, Ruto, and Uhuru. He knows and he is aware of the question that was asked to him by President Uhuru Kenyatta. at that time, being a deputy prime minister, if I will raise and put that question to Kenyans, they will be surprised. What kind of a person is this of Kalonzo Musyoka? I don't want to go into that. And when I realized he has lost, I bargained with Raila for him to be running mate to Raila. He was not able to do that. And that's why he takes it like I have been misleading him, misdirecting him. But he could not do it for himself. 2017 was the same. And now instead of appreciating, yes, Muthama worked on this, I was to be the deputy president now, he goes the other way around and starts criticizing and saying that he has been all that time sold and marketed to certain destinations. Now he's with Uhuru. And we saw the other day, the Murade who received him, Murade who received Kalonzo, saying Kalonzo stands no chance in that setup to be the presidential candidate. The person who should be considered and he should be used to working with him is Raila Amolo Odinga. Who sold him now to that kind of a situation? It's not me. Secondly, we saw the minority leader who comes from his party in county government of Nairobi, where Jubilee is involved and ODM is involved, and he pretends them to be partners. That fellow, Mr. Mbangula, was removed from being the minority leader in the county government of Nairobi, and yet he pretends to be in the coalition that brings ODM, Jubilee, and himself together, and his interests are protected there. So who sold him to that situation where today he is only scoring 0? In every attempt, everything he does, the answer is 0. Everything he does, the answer is 0. He should be courageous and stand as a politician and be firm and make his situation and the position he stand be understood by Kenyans. But not yes, no, no, yes, yes, no, no, yes, no, yes, no. You know, a situation where nobody will understand. He should leave me alone. I've supported him all those years. He had never supported me at any given time. And now, since I've realized with his leadership, we are not going far, and being a Kenyan who supported Raila, being a Kenyan who worked with Kibaki and supported Kibaki, being a Kenyan who supported Uhuru in 2002, a Kenyan who has got no inclinations when it comes to tribal arrangements, he should leave me now alone to feel free and then join whoever person I want to join. And currently, just to erase any doubts that could be there and where Muthama is standing, I'm standing with William Samoei Ruto. Us, a person whom I believe, with the support he is getting from Kenyans, that he stands to win the elections in this country. Why am I saying this? I've said it before, and I want to repeat it today, Sunday, that for the first time ever, Central Province have given an indication that they can vote for someone outside their own. What does that say? You know, without mincing words, Kikuyus are viewed as the firstborn of this family, Kenya. They are regarded as the firstborn child of this country, Kenya. And I believe that by that indication, and if that happens, there will be no tribalism in this country again. And for me now to show solidarity and show that I also understand the politics of this country, I had to read 2 signs and then say, I have to support my brothers and sisters and my in-laws from Central in taking this position that will result in killing and eliminating tribalism in this country. And that is why I decided to stand with